Welcome back. Another episode, Game of Thrones. Scott's back with us, Raven, and our guest. You're the only other woman guest we've had.
Yeah.
Besides Raven. Raven didn't want no other women there.
That is not true.
She was like, I'm the only bitch up in here.
That is not true.
Raven's former roommate, they were Bert and Ernie for a long time.
Yeah, we still are.
Yeah, we used to imagine that they used to have the bed in the same room, like both of the beds in the same room, like two beds, just like on
two twin beds.
There's two twin beds. Not even big beds, there's two twin beds.
Yeah, we bathed together.
Yeah, exactly.
Bert and Ernie add the sexual tension.
Yeah, exactly.
Ignorant.
Thank you for coming on, Tim.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right, so let's go into Balls Musgraves out there. He wants to gloat on us from last week. Greetings, crew. Wanted to say ha 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 ha. I told you all that she was going to end up pregnant or something along those bases. But I didn't watch ahead of time and I didn't read any of the scripts. This was just something I thought of offhand. Do you all think that what I said before about the possibility of her losing the baby, and that's the way Jaime can end up killing her and fulfilling the prophecy? Still love the show as always, but I was right. Regards, Balls.
I definitely think that that's an interesting theory, that because she's supposedly pregnant with Jaime's baby, that he indirectly kills her. I think that that's a possibility. I don't know if I believe she's pregnant.
Pregnant though,
or if she is pregnant, that it is Jaime's, and I could see him killing her either because she's lied about it or because she's lied about it being his.
Because remember, Lady Olenna, remember when they were doing the marriage, the arranged marriages, when they were trying to combine the House Tarly, the Tyrells, House Tyrell, and the Lannisters. Mm-hmm. Remember when she was going to marry Loras, and he was like, "You sure you going to be able to have kids?
Right.
You've been around the block and been a little bit of everything.
Uh-huh.
You know,
yeah.
are you able to have kids? Are you able to give us an heir?"
Yeah.
So that makes me think, like, and that was 4 years ago on the show. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and Frankenstein definitely has something to do with this conception.
And also, real talk, Jaime's not been around very long.
Yeah, he hit one time. It's
like I'm saying, like Jaime just got back. So he get back to King's Landing. All of a sudden, in non P-test birth control world, all of a sudden she just knows she's pregnant. Like I'm saying, like
I know,
like he ain't really been around long enough for for her to know that she's that pregnant in this day and age.
She's not missed a period yet.
Right.
Too soon.
Like, also, I mean, if there's any such thing as a stress period, it would be all my killed children died and the chick with a bunch of dragons are attacking my nation. I'm saying like that. It's possible stress periods.
I thought that, what if there's a possibility that, since that other child is not a part of her prophecy, what if Bran did something in his vision that changed the course of time and now she can be pregnant? And maybe it changed everything she thought would happen to her.
I think if Balls Musgrave is right, it's that she's lying about it, and then Jaime makes some decisions based on thinking she has a child, and then it turns out not to be true. Mm-hmm. Also, I think Balls Musgrave is wrong mostly because his name is Balls Musgrave, and I can't say that name with a straight face and then not think that's a joke attached to it.
Oh, goodness.
But I admit that I have a very sophomoric sense of humor.
Oh. Yeah, because Jaime was ready to die. He was ready to jump in front of that dragon, kill Daenerys, and go out.
For all for Cersei, really.
Right. Well, I don't know if it was for Cersei. I think he feels defeated at this point. Like what else? What's the point now?
I don't even want to go back.
Yeah.
Do we have some notes? Can I go to the Night's Watch or do something? Maybe take the black.
Right.
So, y'all didn't think she's pregnant, basically?
I don't.
She's not having a baby, I know that.
It goes against the prophecy too. They said you're going to have 3 kids, all 3 of your kids going to die.
Right.
So, she got to be lying.
Yeah, and I don't think that that's a climactic enough ending for Cersei, for her to die in childbirth. Like, that's a little too noble for her.
Dying in childbirth is not noble.
I don't know. It kind of makes her a martyr then. Like, no, somebody needs to kill her.
Oh.
Or was she just in prison forever or something? Like,
Yeah.
she just suffered. Like she. Like
That's not justice.
Well, she has like the Lord of Fire baby. Like a murder. Like a murder demon.
If she had a baby, it would be some kind of zombie baby. It'd be another little Tyrion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. It'd be like,
Yeah.
your kid is a dwarf.
Yep, that would be some poetic justice.
Yep.
Oh, that would be bad.
And she dies.
Like her mama.
So let's go to the north. We have not John. So Littlefinger's doing his moves.
Well, let's go back.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wrong
About
about Sir Jorah.
right.
It was Bran or Bron.
But Sir
Bron.
Jorah did show up right after that though,
He
which
did.
which means he was in the area though, like we thought, like he could be in the area.
So he's back, but I was wrong. It was Bron that saved him. I think my prediction would have been more interesting TV, but I guess it made sense for Bron to save Jaime.
I agree that I was really disappointed that you weren't right.
Yeah, I don't like not being right. Ever.
That aside, I still was disappointed. I can't speak to your feelings about not being right. I can't speak to. I thought it was a little less compelling that it was Bronn, only because he did it for the money. Also, phrase of the day was "Dragons is where I deal parts." that is exactly where any deal should break. Like
I don't do
all
dragons.
contracts should end up unless dragons show up.
Right. Like I'm
Like
down
I've
now.
never signed up a deal and I go, well, I'm still gonna stick by these terms if a dragon shows up. So I completely agree with him from a legal standpoint that I'm over it if a dragon shows up. Like,
Everything that wasn't a part of our original dealings.
Exactly, yeah.
That's a condition that would definitely void the contract.
yeah, like if I bought a new Chevy truck and they were like, hey, look, pay me $450 a month, and then a dragon showed up, I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, that's a wrap, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
no, I get that. I get that.
So do y'all think that Sir George showing back up is a good sign, bad sign?
I think it's a great sign because he's actually a military mind. I mean, although I like Tyrion a lot, he's not a military mind, and at the end of the day, all he has is one victory under his belt.
It's Blackwater.
And that victory is.
I mean, it's a big one, but
But also
he
it
beat
wasn't all
Stannis
him.
though. I mean, Stannis was to be like the best general in all the Seven Kingdoms.
This is true, but also he had a much more defensible position.
He did.
And he had the
The Tyrells.
Hellfire.
Wildfire.
Yeah,
And the Tyrell showed up too at the last minute.
So I mean, he had a much more defensible position. So I think it was an easier battle for him to win. And then now that we see that all his other military strategies have kind of gone to crap, it makes him less likely or less credible as a military strategist. Although immediately afterwards we see Jorah leave. So I don't know.
Everything that
He showed right back up and was like,
My thing is like, man, okay, I just got back. Can I gotta chill with you for a minute? That's what I would be thinking. Like, if I'm Jorah, I'm like Jorah. I'm like, yo, I just got back. Why I gotta roll back out?
I mean, hey, look, the thirst is strong out here in these streets, man. Like,
Look, no,
Like, he went through a lot.
I don't know because if I'm looking around, I'm like, because he doesn't know Dario Naharis didn't come.
Well, he doesn't see him. And
No, but I'm saying, I'd have been looking like, so where homeboy? I'd have been looking around, looking at different rooms when I get back.
Well, no, I mean, he showed up, and it's like the moment he shows up, there's this thing going on between Daenerys and Jon. I think he saw those exchange of looks.
He's
so,
like, man.
like, now she got
I
somebody.
get that's
to
what I
love
do
here.
every time I leave. I lose.
I'm saying, like, for real, in Jorah's position, you gotta be like an old trick, like for real. Like, I mean, let's be honest. Like in his spot, you gotta be an old trick, and she's a queen, so it's like.
And he
she
can
don't
be her
read your
dad. He's
paper.
age enough to be her dad.
I think he's older than her father.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so I'm saying, like, I mean, most in general in that position, you got to be a trick, and I don't think he really has papers not long enough to be a trick. So I mean, like,
Because his whole family lost all
yeah.
their money and everything. When,
Yeah,
when
so I
he
feel like
was
he's
on
barking
the
up the
slave
wrong tree. I think he's following that true love stuff, and it's like true love don't really get you no place with nobody with no paper.
It's true.
Like I'm saying, I can't truly love Oprah and be like, yo, Oprah, break me out for a couple of those billions. Like that's not really not in the cards for me. So
So what do y'all think about this whole Jon Snow caravan of Oh yeah, I guess we can go to Gendry.
Yeah, there was so much in this episode.
Yeah.
Like
there's a lot of details.
So many different things, and I understand the writers have to get through it quickly, but I'm like, damn, if we didn't spend so many episodes with the House of Many-Faced Gods or whatever, we probably could have gone into the rest of these storylines a little bit more. I mean, people are time traveling and everything in this episode. But yeah, there's a lot going on.
So I mean, I'm trying to think more like let's just start Winterfell, and then we'll kind of bounce around and kind of keep it. So Winterfell, we have Arya basically thinking she's what a spy. James Bond trying to sneak around Winterfell
in
plain
sight too.
I didn't like that scene.
I think she's a little arrogant.
That's what I'm thinking. No. See, and people are saying that she should be better. She didn't finish her training, if y'all remember.
Yeah,
she left out though.
People's faces.
I know, but she doesn't.
Yeah, like
but no,
you need to be better at this.
She didn't finish her training though.
If I can steal people's faces, I can sneak around my house without no one knowing it's me.
Right. Well,
if I can steal people's faces,
I guess she has to kill somebody to do
you
that.
gotta
She
do
doesn't
that.
kill for no reason.
which is fine. But she killed all the Freys. There's at least one Frey.
Right. She should have taken
bad
her
There's at
face with
least
her.
one Frey.
She should have
Right.
She
taken a
can walk
face.
around with.
Right.
There's at least one Frey's face she can use to walk around with.
Well, I don't even know
You can't have shown Littlefinger that you're also way
But she
more
didn't. I
of
think she only has the main Frey's face.
Why?
I don't think she took any of the other guys' faces.
She should have.
Well,
She probably didn't think of that. She's probably like.
Well, everybody knows they're dead too, so.
Yeah, so like if Walter
think
Frey
everyone-
show up and walking around, you like, what are you doing?
maybe Walter Frey, but he got at least one nephew that thought maybe didn't show up to dinner that fucking night. I'm saying like, at the end of the day, like, who exactly does not listen to this podcast know we all showed up tonight?
Right.
There was 40 people in that room. You couldn't just make one Jack walk. I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, or, kill Ed Sheeran, take his face.
I mean, my thing is that she didn't finish her training. It's like Luke in in Star Wars. He didn't finish all his training, so he went up
he
all
still
the way.
took
But
down the
her
Empire,
additional
though.
training would not have made her smarter.
I think it made her slicker, not as arrogant, and not as and a little bit slicker, and like looking around to see if somebody's watching you.
She
Like,
would have learned from more
I'm saying
mistakes
that.
too.
yeah, they would have had her
I
doing stuff
guess.
where she would have had made mistakes and figure them out.
Regardless of how much face stealing training you get, you should think maybe I shouldn't stand 15 feet away from the person I'm spying on.
And stand in plain
stick,
sight.
and stick my face out, and then leave immediately after they walk away. I mean, walk into their room and break into it without checking the scene. I'm just saying, like, maybe follow him a couple feet to see he actually leaves the area.
I kind of thought she might have gotten locked in that room. Like I felt like he knew she would go in there.
And
I thought he
think
might
about
have
this.
locked her in.
Think about what he played on. He didn't play on her being suspicious of him. He played on her being suspicious
Of
her
Sansa.
sister.
Yeah.
Which he wasn't around. He wasn't privy to that conversation.
I think he knew that they didn't fuck with each other like that though.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just thinking that they've been walking around together so long. I know she's probably said like, I didn't mess with me and my sister had this kind of thing, like just casual conversations. Probably can figure that out.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
saying
he was
that-
around when they were children. He knows that they have very different personalities, very different goals. He saw that exchange, in looks when Arya was fighting with Brienne and how Sansa felt about that. So he's picking up on it. And even if he didn't, he knows that he can drive a wedge in some way, and that's what he wants to do in order to keep control over Sansa.
As someone who has as many siblings as the Starks do, I have to say, although there's a lot of sibling rivalry, at the end of the day, if my whole family got murdered, I'm dead in that shit. Like, it doesn't matter that one time I had to take you to fucking prom, and I don't want to, I had a date. Like, at the end of the day, like, our parents are dead, we're back at our parents' home. Like, the hell with that other shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I agree with you. I would too, but you can see that Arya's not letting that go. I mean, she sees Sansa in her parents' chambers and says, you always did like nice things so you could feel better than everybody else. So she clearly still has some sort of feelings against Sansa and questions, I think, what her motives are.
I don't like that because I feel like that's something that the writers showed us as viewers, but did not communicate to Littlefinger. And so I feel like that's information he shouldn't have. At the end of the day, that was a private conversation had between two sisters, none of which who like or trust Littlefinger. in their parents' chambers. There's no expectation of me that Littlefinger is privy to that information.
Well, even if he's not, he's found the perfect tool to drive a wedge between them, or what he thinks will.
But I'm saying he didn't do that shit with Bran. I'm saying like why, how would he know, given the information that we believe he has at this moment, that that's a wedge he can drive between Sansa and Arya?
I mean, Bran is already isolating himself, so he probably feels like he doesn't need to do anything there.
But I mean, Littlefinger didn't know. But I'm saying if I'm Littlefinger, I'm intervening between the cat that gave her a Dragonstone dagger that I gave him to murder me.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a much more important thing
And
than the seat on.
that may very well be part of his plot, but I think he right now sees Arya as an immediate threat.
Oh, 100% he do. Yeah, dude.
Ron is out there chilling by the tree getting high.
Anyway,
I mean,
yeah, exactly. He's like, man, that dude ain't doing that. But I think he's still scared of me. It's like he's like the creepy dude like that lives in like your parents' house, or like your Uncle Petey or something that live upstairs in the attic, and like nobody want to go see him, but like it's cool. Like you just, who gonna go talk to Uncle Petey? It ain't me.
Yeah.
And that's how he is. He's not even acknowledging Uncle Petey exists.
and then I also think, that's part of Littlefinger's job, to study people. I mean,
Yeah.
and so even though we don't see that he was privy to any of those conversations or interactions, I think we can assume that Littlefinger knows, just because he seems to know everything.
I think he knows that Arya is suspicious of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get this far in this game though, not being slick. I think us as viewers took that for granted, that he just supposed to get killed by Arya and he's supposed to keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't gonna be like that. He didn't got this far. He went from being a brothel whore owner to running the Vale.
Yeah.
He was the master of coin at one point. Like he moved up, basically from nothing to something.
But pimping is a skill you can take any place.
Oh no! But I'm saying his lot in life. He wasn't like he was a born noble. He basically went from bottom to something.
But he learned the skill of pimping. I'm saying that's a very valuable tool in any life. In any sci-fi reality, a pimp always wins.
Yeah.
I think. But
reality.
Yeah, but I guess
we can all agree on a pimp win.
as whether or not he was privy to that information, what he used was smart, and he used the best tool he had. He didn't just go whisper in Sansa's ear or Arya's ear, reasons for them to not trust each other. He found something that clearly would invoke emotion in Arya.
But that's what I'm saying. He put forth such an elaborate ruse specifically for Arya without, I believe, the proper information that allows him to believe that we would be successful.
Well, he knew about that letter.
That letter, that's the key.
But she didn't. That was a fake letter. I'm sorry. Well, hold on. Maybe then.
No, it's not a fake
it's
letter.
not a fake letter.
Oh, it's
No,
not a fake
That's the
letter.
one that she wrote in the first season.
right. So when when she was
So
getting
it's
ready
real.
to marry Joffrey,
It came to Winterfell. He knew it went there. That's why he asked the Maester, was it something that was sent from there?
Yeah.
That's why he asked the Maester to get that for him.
yeah, it was in the archives.
And it was the only one. Remember, the Maester said it's the only one we have.
Okay.
That's a real letter. So he on some yo, this is what your sister said when your pops was getting killed.
Okay. Well, that's where it is.
That's where Littlefinger's ahead of the game.
That's
okay.
where I went all the way wrong. Because I thought it was a fake letter. I was
No,
like,
she wrote it. Now she wrote it
Under
at
duress.
Cersei's, direction, and she didn't want to write it, but she still wrote it. And so Rob knew that she wrote it, because Cersei made her do it, but Arya doesn't know that. Looking at it, and
So
it's
I was
back at a
reading the
time.
memes. I was reading the memes about trying to read that letter
Uh-huh.
on pause. It was like I couldn't read it at all. So I have no idea what it says.
I definitely read it on pause.
Okay.
Yeah,
I read it on pause. It said our dearest Rob.
It was Rob asking Rob to bend the knee to Cersei.
Right.
And saying our dad was a traitor. He did blah blah blah. Please bend the knee to King Joffrey.
Yeah, my beloved.
Oh no! First
yeah.
it said that Robert Baratheon died in a war accident.
Yeah.
Right.
Our father's a traitor. Please bend the knee to the new king, King Joffrey.
My beloved or something.
Yeah, my beloved. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the thing though. So then, and that she was already pissed off being there, talking about every time you run up under Joffrey and stuff like that. Like this dude was
I
whack.
take back everything I just said.
Littlefinger slicker than most, man.
Yeah.
I take back everything.
I keep people think he gonna die, man. I don't know if he's gonna die, man. He might slide up out of there at the Vale though, real quick though, and be like, "Y'all gotta come see me in my spot. Y'all gonna come get me. Y'all gotta come get me."
I don't know. Like I used to think that he was not going to die. He'd make it all the way. But I can absolutely see Arya taking his face and using. I can just see that benefiting the plot in so many ways.
That she could beat, and then you may not even know he's dead.
Right, like we might not know.
Yeah, and then because he's running around being that'd be ill though.
I think he's gonna set her up somehow, though.
This
I think
episode
something's
really
got to happen to Arya to humble her a little bit.
On a larger scale,
Yeah.
this episode really ruined the series to me.
Why is that?
Because it really brought home that Jon Snow is Dany's nephew.
Yeah.
And so, like, the marriage of smash is not going to happen. Like, it's one or the other. Like, it's not both. Like, it's
It
not
can't
both.
happen. They can't. Targaryens do marry. They're supposed to marry.
But not your nephew, though.
No, they say they get married. Like they're Aerys Targaryen, like the third, I think, married his two sisters.
Both of them?
Both of them.
BOF?
Both of them, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
no, I thought we were okay with incest now.
Yeah, I thought we thought that was a part of the game. Like,
I could totally see like it almost being consummated, and then they're gonna find out that they're nephew and aunt, and then it's not gonna happen.
I feel like incest is still taboo in the world. It's just that we as viewers are okay with it because we know about the Lannister incest. But
Yeah.
I feel like it's still like it's a thing that shouldn't happen. And part of the reason that makes Cersei's evil is that she's being brazen with it.
Right.
So to be like, oh, the people that replace Cersei's like that's the aunt and nephew, and they're married and they're banging. Like I think that would be something that no one would
Like
be
maybe if they were cousins, it would be more acceptable.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I would not have sex with any of my cousins, but I'm saying that in this world, maybe like it's much more palatable than siblings or aunts.
Yeah.
Can we change the subject, please? Oh my God.
I like that Jorgon said, "What's up, cuz?"
Yeah.
That was cute.
Yeah.
so I guess we can move forward. Let's go. If we're gonna go talk about parentage, we can go to Sam. Samuel finding out that his girl finding out that basically Rhaegar married his mom straight up, so he is the rightful heir to the throne.
Right. He's not even a bastard.
Also, he went to the Citadel and then got so close to finding out the truth about Jon Snow, and then walked away from the whole thing.
No, he has those books. He got the books. They have those books.
Did he keep those books?
Yeah, he kept everything.
Yeah.
He just like grab all that stuff. We rolling out.
See, I didn't think he kept the things that he had that he was supposed to be transposing. I thought he went and grabbed other books.
No, he told her grab that all of what you got right there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, and even if he didn't, I mean, Gilly, whatever her name is, she knew the story. She was trying to tell it. And I think that she's going to finish telling the story. I think she's going to become very important with that. The big reveal.
So, we have what, 10 episodes left?
Oh, I think we have 2 left in this season and 7 left in the next one?
So 9.
Something like that.
So how do we think that we're going to find out about Jon's heritage?
I think that Gilly is going to reveal it to Sam, and Sam is going to tell Jon.
Jon is going north of the wall, though.
Right, but
Like,
he's coming back. He's coming back.
I mean, we presume he'll make it
Well,
back.
yeah.
But I'm saying
They're
that-
not.
I'm saying
They are not
He'll be
killing
back.
Jon on the other side of the wall at this point.
I mean,
that would just be very
narratively, I agree with that, but I'm saying that in these last 9 episodes, we think Jon's gonna grab a White Walker in a crowd of White Walkers, snatch him, bring him back to Dragonstone. Sam gonna show up with Gilly, like, yo, remember that story I was telling you? Maybe this has something to do with Jon. Because at the end of the day, no one recorded Jon's name as being Jon Snow.
No,
He got
it's
that
something
name.
else.
Well,
He got that name as being a bastard. So I'm saying that even if Sam was aware right now that Rhaegar married what's her name, Lynette?
Liana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he married her and they had a kid, how will we know that that's Jon Snow?
Well,
Bran
Jon
might
is.
see
Yeah, I
it
was going to say
again.
absolutely because Jon is going back to Winterfell. I think probably next.
get
on the
that,
way.
but I'm saying that
Bran, I think that it's going to come together.
No, it gives Bran
But I'm
credence to
saying-
what he already.
But
It's
that-
like
right.
it validates what Bran is going to
But
tell
from a
us.
Sam perspective, 2 things could happen. The Stark, what's her name?
Who, Sansa?
No,
Liana.
Liana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Liana could have a baby, and also, Daddy Stark could also bang a whore. Like I said, both of those things can happen at the same time.
Well, I
It
think
doesn't
that-
make like just because a baby's born at a certain time, like 2 different people can have sex and then.
Well,
produce
this is
2
the thing
different
though, is
kids,
that you
but-
got a lot of collaboration. Well, there's one person that does know, Howland Reed. That's the one. That's
But-
one person that's the person that knows everything.
Right, but I'm saying, but where is he?
That's where the girl that took him, that's his daughter. That's what she
Yeah.
went back to.
Oh.
Yeah, Bran.
He's over. I forgot. It's a little small strip area that he was over.
When it's dragging Bran across the street.
Yep, that's his daughter.
Oh,
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
right.
so it's not like he's not out of play of coming in, like being like,
Yeah.
like he's because before people thought that he was the one that was going to drop down with everything because he's the only one that survived that situation besides Ned.
Well, what about the uncle though? Is it Brandon Stark? Doesn't he know?
Oh no, because everybody else is dead already. Someone is Brendan, the one that got burned up by the Mad King. That's the reason that they was out there. Was because they got.
No,
the
she was the ones on the White Wall.
Right.
It's Benjen. Oh
Doesn't
no,
he
he didn't
know?
know. He didn't know. He was at the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, Uncle Benjamin.
Yeah, Uncle Benjamin's at the wall. So we don't know what. The only person that knows is Howland Reed.
So maybe
And Bran.
And Bran, right.
So one of them
Only person that was there to witness is Howland Reed.
So either Bran or Sam could postulate it as a question, and then Howland Reed can verify it.
Yeah.
I actually.
It's like I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he probably knows his real name and everything. Because he has a Targaryen name.
Yeah. I mean, and there's enough now to set up suspicion in many ways. Like Tiffany just brought up with Dragon.
Yeah.
Acknowledging Jon as I wanted there to be more, Dany to react to that a little more.
I mean, y'all remember Tyrion
she
did
also
too, though.
creamed her
Well,
pants.
okay, and then that goes into another. Okay,
So
so
when I think about it, that's what goes back to
yeah,
us thinking that Tyrion
Tyrion
is.
could be a Targaryen as
Oh,
well.
Tyrion is clearly a Targaryen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
and there's
clearly,
3 dragons. Now you have
Right.
3 people that could potentially ride them.
And then if you remember
So
from
Dragon
the
has 3 heads prophecy would be Jon, Tyrion, and
Yep,
Dany.
because that's
Yeah.
from the temple of all those different faces that she was in. That had they didn't show it in the TV show, but in the books, Rhaegar is the person talking to her, saying that it's 3 of you all. It'll be 3 dragons, and he gave her everything that's what they
They
had.
did show it in the movie.
They didn't show Rhaegar though. Rhaegar's the one that tells her all.
Well,
that.
they showed the back of his head. We assumed it was Rhaegar.
Right, yeah, but Rhaegar's actually talking to her, telling her that.
But we do know that a new actor showing up
It's supposed
this
to be-
season
it's supposed
is
to
going to
be-
portray Rhaegar.
really?
That's what they thinking.
Yeah, so we have 2 episodes left, and the actor that has a check portraying Rhaegar will show up.
Oh,
in one.
Brian Cox, because he was saying he wanted to.
Was it? Is it? I don't know the actor's name.
Okay, sorry, I got to.
But there is an actor that's going to portray Rhaegar this season in the last 2 episodes.
Ah, okay. That'll be exciting.
So Rhaegar was the truth, man. He was it was sad, man, because really, if you after all this really goes down, you really realize that Robert Baratheon was a big ass hater. Think about that. He was a big ass hater. This whole thing started from him claiming that Rhaegar stole her and everything, and he was because he was betrothed to Lyanna.
Right.
He's a big hater. No, this whole thing started from
He
him.
did steal her.
No, he didn't steal. No, that whole thing is they thought that he took her, raped her, and and ran off with her. They had a love affair.
Yeah, they were
And I'm
married.
Yeah, they were married and
I'm
stuff.
not
So
saying-
it looks
I'm
like
not
Robert's a
saying
big
you wrong.
hater.
I'm not saying you wrong, but when you got a betrothed, that's your chick.
No. That's
Betrothed
fine.
is
That's
your
cool.
chick.
But
And
I'm
you went up
the
with my
prince.
chick.
I'm next in line to run the 7 kingdoms.
Okay.
I can trump whatever your betrothal
You
is. I'm
say
sure.
that. You say that. I'm saying this. You get engaged. You go to the club. You're already engaged.
And
You
Puff
can't
Daddy still
knock
my
it.
girl. That's what it happens,
You're
man.
not gonna feel, but you're not gonna feel some kind of
I
way
will
about
feel
it.
some way about Puff
And
though.
if
But
you-
I will be a
and-
big.
and I'm
But
saying-
I will be a big
I'm
hater
saying-
though. I still
and
be
I'm
a big
saying-
hater.
and plus, can you be a big hater and I can murder everybody in the room? I'm saying and get away with it. And after doing so,
I'm
I
becoming
go
a
to
leader,
jail.
bad boy.
And after doing so, I
start
don't go
being
to
a bad
jail.
boy.
I become rich. I'm saying those are all the incentives anybody ever needs to kill. I'm saying hey, people literally kill for less. This is St. Louis. People get murdered for traffic accidents. You talking about I can run everything and get paid with no consequence?
All right, you're right. Okay, so
Yeah,
Robert
he's
is
a hater.
but legitimately so.
I'm telling you, man. Robert is a big hater, man.
Yeah.
He is though. You think about this dude went out there fighting the dude. The dude. Only reason the dude is fighting because he wanted to overthrow his own dad. Only reason he's out there is just because you mess with my name, out of loyalty of his name. If Robert would just would have held on and be like, hey man, I took your girl, man, my bad, dog. And I'm gonna take over anyway. And let me holler at the Starks real quick. I didn't intend for your dad and your brother to die there. That wasn't on me. I was trying to get ready to overthrow him. I bet on that. We owe you there.
So you think? So
We owe you there. We owe you there. Right there. We owe you there.
So let's play it out from different.
Supposedly it's a
context.
dragon out there.
I
How
say-
about I give you that?
I say, yo, I stole your bitch by my people's hand. Your daddy and your brother died. but give me a pass. No one gives a pass in this situation. No dude gives a pass in this situation. Particularly if killing y'all gets me paid. No one does that. It's not a thing that people do.
You're right.
It's an unreasonable expectation. Like, no one says, yeah, all the people you love was murdered at my people's hands, and I stole your chick. However, let that slide for a second, but I'll pay you on the back end. Like, no one takes that deal.
I get it, man, but Robert he was all emotional, and Leland didn't even like her, like him.
It ain't even got nothing to do with emotion. He didn't care about emotion. He married Cersei and pushed it on. Cersei popped out 3 kids that wasn't his. He didn't even notice. It was about respect.
I think he knew though. He knew it was his kids.
To quote different fantasy, The Wire. The streets is the streets always. The streets always.
But I'm saying,
that was the situation.
But Robert basically is like, dude, Robert, this girl, it's just like if you was like it's the situation like if you were hollering at a girl and the girl really don't like you, but your boys talk to her, she likes him, and I'm just gonna sit there continually hating on him.
But if he knocked me, I'm saying it's one thing you call dibs. Like I call
no,
dibs.
he did. He had dibs, but the girl is not interested in him at all. Lyanna was not interested. She did not want to marry Robert.
But they got to do the price of eggs in Egypt. That's not the streets here. Like the streets is now you in the streets. Everybody know you my bitch. It's like at the point of people calling you my bitch, you my bitch. Like, it don't matter where I closed or not. It's the fact is, if I'm out here and people calling you my chick, and all of a sudden they see you with somebody else, they go, I thought that was your chick. Like,
Rhaegar was dirty macking though too. Let's not get it twisted,
right? Because
at the tournament at Harrenhal, he gave her the rose or whatever after he won. He's supposed to give it to his own wife. He gave it to her.
And I'm saying that clearly his dirty macking hand wasn't strong enough because had Robert Baratheon died after that dirty mac, we wouldn't have a problem here. But clearly, Robert Baratheon was not the catch you dirty mac. Though. I'm saying that you got to know you wasn't. Like it was an Avon Barksdale type of situation. Like maybe you should have realized who you was talking to before you start dirty macking on Robert Baratheon because he didn't take it lightly. He didn't take it lightly. I am pretty sure that had Rhaegar known the consequences of his actions would have been different.
How do you think he would have played it then?
Right.
I think he would have put a Jaime Lannister. He'd put a slide. I'm saying clearly Robert Baratheon wasn't immune to knowing that his chick was sliding around on him. I'm saying like if he let the brother stab and knock her up thrice with blonde hair kids and never noticed, I'm saying the side dude role was able to be played here. Like I'm saying, like he could have played a real strong side dude. Don't get your family murdered over a piece of ass. I'm saying never do that. Like
you talking about Rhaegar?
Yes, he got all of his.
Well, no, it started from his dad jumping off his dad jumped it all off. No. They jumped off from him. He incited it more though. He jumped it off.
Right, his dad incited it. I'm saying, but Rhaegar's.
He started it off. He kicked it off. He kicked it off. Yeah, because he was gone. They was gone frolicking and doing and stuff, and it's going down in King's Landing.
Well, matters of the heart.
And Rhaegar didn't even at least bring enough troops to protect him and his chick. Like they over here on fucking honeymoons and vacations and shit.
No, he had his best soldiers with him.
He didn't have enough.
But no, so he needed enough. Arthur Dayne
got murdered.
Arthur Dayne had to have 15. Did you see Arthur Dayne took out all of the John people?
He didn't take out all of them because
it was a sneak move.
Well, it's like
at the end of the day.
So Rhaegar died. Rhaegar died in battle. There was a battle. He died in a regular battle. Like
I know,
battle.
which means he didn't have enough.
No, it was enough. He just lost in battle. It was just lost in battle. Because if you read the basically the way it goes down is that Warhammer, Robert was done for because he had him and he swung the Warhammer and caught him slipping, and that was it.
So he died.
Yeah, but I'm saying it wasn't like Robert just came in and just bum rushed him.
I'm saying when you steal someone's bitch, and then that person comes and murdered you. You didn't have enough. He was control of all the important evidence. It's like if I steal your bitch, I'm bringing 50.
It's just like Helen of Sparta in Paris from Troy.
But no, it made it worse though because Robert ended up because the whole thing was like I got my boy involved though too because I got the whole Stark family halfway killed. Robert did over some hater stuff.
All right, y'all. We agree.
We agree to disagree.
No, we agree Robert's a hater, right? Robert's a hater.
And Rhaegar's a dirty man.
Yes. All right. So let's get back to episode.
Yes. All right.
5.
So let's go into Gendry since we're talking about Robert Baratheon.
Yeah.
They go in. First of all, they go to Tyrion. Talks to Jaime. Tells him about the White Walkers.
Mm-hmm.
He like, okay, what does
Yeah.
that mean to me? He's like, I'm gonna prove it to you. Let Cersei know.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to Cersei. I'm pregnant. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't care about. I guess she want to do an armistice now. Like she like gonna try to do some sneak stuff. Like I'm gonna try to.
She could win that damn war. She was
Well,
Yeah,
that's what. But it goes back to us last week though, asking how many troops they killed. She must have killed a lot though, because they were like, we ain't got nothing. Like,
also, she's paying people. Like she's talking about, we can pay sales swords.
Yeah,
like,
we can pay mercenaries.
yeah, they're trying to play the gold company because I thought the gold company's gonna come involved. But I wonder if the bank is like, yeah, we heard about these dragon situations.
We don't know if we want to invest.
Yeah, like,
But
thank
didn't
you
they
for paying
burn
us.
up the gold?
No, they burnt the grain.
It was already delivered
Okay.
before.
But then you got to think about they ain't got no food coming in though, so then they might need to
Yeah,
keep the gold
right.
to go pay for food.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, that money we was gonna pay back. I kind of need that for some McDonald's and Wendy's and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know. It wasn't clear after that conversation between Jaime and Cersei what her plan was.
Yeah, because basically Cersei was like, just be loyal to me.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
trust me.
Yeah, she probably needs to stew over that information for a second and figure out her next move. I mean, I think she'll definitely pretend to call a temporary truce. You know, get Dany there, or get Jon there, and then
Try
strike.
to do something.
Because even if she believes that the White Walkers
She ain't gonna let
exist,
it go down.
even if she does believe that, she still, after that battle is over, wants to get back to her plan. And
Yeah.
she's going to put herself in the best position for that.
But my thing is, I guess the whole thing is the armies, because they might not know how many troops the Lannisters have. They like, we don't got none no more. So why do they even need Cersei then?
Yeah.
They must think maybe they think they have more, or I guess Dany just wants her to chill for I can just deal with this here. Don't be trying to attack me while I'm doing this over here.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was a logical flaw in the writers. I mean, at the end of the day, if Dany believes that there are White Walkers, then regardless of whether or not her army is sufficient to take the White Walkers, like if her army is sufficient to take the White Walkers, she'll build enough support in Westeros
To get people down.
to get people down to take King's Landing, because Cersei's not a popular monarch.
Yeah, she's not. Yeah.
If she doesn't, then they're all dead. So who the fuck cares? So, and I think this line of reasoning to get Cersei on your side is just building conflict that shouldn't exist.
Right.
Also, I personally think, as we talk about, it's only 9 episodes left. I don't think it's really enough time to flesh out that whole level of treachery of them meeting the White Walkers, convincing Cersei they exist, coming to them to fight in a battle that's definitive enough to end them for all time, and then resolving this Game of Thrones. I don't see, unless they're going to change the timing for the episodes to be an hour and a half each.
It's supposed to be next season.
Yeah, it's supposed to be longer.
I mean, we get a lot of things promised.
So, yeah.
Lots of things are
And
promised.
they are really rushing the storyline, so I guess there is a way to get it all in.
But that's I don't feel like they can do it elegantly. I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they may be able to force it, but it'll be forced, and
I actually
it's
see
a
the
lot
White
of content.
I see the White Walkers winning, and they would definitely cut out.
Honestly, that's the only way it really makes sense to me, because at the end of the day, we have 2 episodes left this season, and even if every season next year is an hour and a half, it's still way too much content to because right now, at the end of this episode, all we saw was Jon walking into past the wall. So they have to identify a White Walker away from the pack, capture him without anyone's knowing, bring it back, take it to Cersei, get a court with Cersei, convince her, they get an army out there. That's a lot of fucking shit to do in 9 episodes.
Well, I don't even know if they're going necessarily with the Cersei. I could see them meeting with Jaime and Jaime coming out to see it and then coming back to her.
But they don't need to convince Jaime. They need to convince Cersei.
Okay, so it's
But he'd be like, oh,
at
I
the end
saw
of the day,
myself.
At the end of the day, the only person you could reasonably get to Jaime to convince him is Tyrion. Tyrion's not with them. Tyrion's back in Dragonstone.
Yeah.
So you gotta take it, send it. Let's say they send a crow, or send a raven down to Dragonstone and say, meet us in King's Landing. that only saves them like a day's worth of travel.
No, because they're traveling at lightning speed.
Yeah,
I don't know how fast those
they got
ravens
that
fly.
they got that Back to the Future DeLorean going on right now. They like, well, we gonna get here. We at the wall, like whoa.
Like I said,
They
I
should have
think-
taken Theon with them, like
think
as some
that's
kind of
cool.
sacrifice. I mean, what was he doing in Dragonstone when they
I
went
just thought
back
about
there?
that.
Right. Why is he
I just
still
thought about
there?
that. What is he doing in Dragonstone right now?
Chilling.
Hey, look,
He's
he
homeless.
already gave his dick up to the game. He sacrificed.
Right. So
enough.
He's
take him.
sacrificing nothing.
Right, use him as bait.
Hey, like he woke up one day, his dick was missing, and somebody's eating a big sausage. Like he's been through enough.
No, they need to take him with them.
Like,
So-
that's PTSD for that ass. Like,
So then we have Gendry, who finally comes back, working as a blacksmith.
how did he get so nice with the hammer?
Well, I mean,
He's a Baratheon.
and I think he wanted to learn because that was his dad too, though. And it's small, and his dad's is like super humongous. That was the way he killed Rhaegar, because it was that. I mean, that accent killed somebody, but Rhaegar was a good fighter and stuff. So, but I think he was like wanting to honor his dad. Like, I want to learn how to run the axe. I'm a blacksmith. He probably messed around. He got the crest on there too, if you know.
Yeah, I saw that.
They had the crest on there.
Got that Thor hammer.
Yeah. So it's gonna be real interesting to see what happens with that.
Well, I think that he's gonna make the weapons.
Yeah, he's
with
gonna
the glass.
mhm,
Oh, yeah.
he's the blacksmith, so we know he's not gonna die. The Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
So was that trailing dragon glass? So there were 6 people who walked outside.
It's 7
There were
total.
seven
Magnificent
people.
Seven.
But then there was also people who were dragging shit. I guess supplies. Was that supplies dragon glass?
It should
It
be.
should be. I hope. I mean,
Yeah.
John was mining some of it. I hope
Yeah.
he picked up
Right.
something to take away
Like, damn,
with him.
again, you look, check it out, man. I know you good. Can you whip some of this up real quick while
Right,
we eat?
right.
While we
Make-
eat real quick
make
and
us
get
some
together.
shanks.
Whip up some of these real quick. Just whip it up a little bit. Just a little. We don't
Give
need
us
no
a little-
big long broadswords. Just a little couple of daggers. A couple of ninja stars. You heard of a ninja star? Something like that.
If they start throwing ninja
Something
stars,
to throw.
I
You
am
done,
like,
you done,
I'm
you done.
done. I'm over it. I'm over this whole
He
thing.
said, I got something new I found out about.
Hey, they start throwing ninja stars. That's a wrap for me. Yo.
He's like, I'm done. I'm checking out. I'm checking out.
Right.
Yeah,
check
so
it out.
where do we see Gendry's story going after
I think
this?
he takes the Baratheon name. He's the only Baratheon
That's
alive.
fine, but like where do we see it going after that?
Marrying Arya.
Marrying Arya or
Yep.
Sansa?
Because that keeps their family together. Not Arya, because
Well,
Arya.
if
Yeah,
Danny,
I don't think Arya likes guys.
Arya's not having.
she liked Gendry.
No, she liked
had
Gendry. That's
crush
her
on
dude.
him.
That's the reason that she has them on her list is because
Yeah.
of them selling Gendry.
Right.
I mean, I think she likes him. I don't think she likes him.
I think she likes him.
Yeah, she
I
likes
think she likes him.
She will now.
And I mean, I
Yeah,
can
she's
see
old
that.
enough now. Yeah.
I could actually see that almost like drawing another wedge between her and Sansa because it could be a good union for her to marry Gendry. So you have a Stark and a Baratheon together. And then Arya getting upset about that union. Or if Dany and Jon find out they're related, could Dany have to marry Gendry?
That'd be
I keep
some
saying his
drama
name
for
wrong.
that ass.
The more I think about it, Sansa's the odd man out and all this shit. Like,
She
more
is.
like
That's what I was saying
she,
last
ain't nobody who gonna marry Sansa?
Yeah. Like Sandra had so
They,
many women
you
to
know
marry her,
what?
and
They
then
might
she
end
had
up
so
making
many-
her marry Tyrion.
Man,
Again?
Yeah, that actually would
Hold on.
make sense. Though.
Actually, she's already married to Tyrion.
Yeah, she is. But it's not. It wasn't consummated.
Right, but she's still already married to Tyrion. So if she
Well,
smashes him,
her
that
marriage,
consummates consummates a marriage that's already happened.
Yeah,
Well,
Like,
and it would make
and
sense.
Tyrion
Though.
brought it up when Tyrion met Jon Snow. The first thing he did was
Let
talk
him
about
know,
his
like,
wife.
yo,
Yeah,
I ain't
it
hit.
wasn't consummated.
Yeah, I didn't hit though, man. Just let you know.
But they
Like, that would
reminded
be-
us.
And then he's a Targaryen, and then if Dany marries somebody else, and since they're not related by blood, then Jon marries a Stark. It could get creepy and incestuous.
how is Jon going to marry Stark? Jon's going to be with the.
But he's
Walkers,
not. I mean, I'm
White
saying. I mean, relatively speaking, he's just a cousin.
Yeah.
He's a cousin to Sansa. He's a cousin to Arya. I'm saying Sansa's marrying a cat whose mother is a Lannister, whose father would presumably be a Targaryen. I mean, so it's no more creepy for them to get married than it is for him to marry Dany, who's his
They'd be
aunt.
cousins in
Yeah,
laws.
I don't even see it getting that far because I still think the White Walkers are going to win.
Last episode is
not a
Matt
happy
King on
ending,
the
right.
throne.
I'm saying, Dany,
Gotcha, bitch. That's his last line. Gotcha, bitch.
Dany can marry the Baratheon. Jon can marry one of the Stark brides, and then, I guess Arya, and then because they haven't really established a close relationship, so it wouldn't be weird as a watcher, although it would be weird from a familiar standpoint. And then Tyrion could stay married to Sansa, and that would be the peace.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
That bring all the families together, united under a Targaryen head.
Yeah, I mean, you got Samwell can take over the Tyrell area. I mean, even though he's
Samuel
Sam
got a bitch though. He already got a bitch on his
Yeah, but I'm saying, but they could put him on that throne.
They could,
And
and he consolidates the wildlings.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you see Sam's storyline changing when he finds out he's now the man of the house?
Well, in theory, he can't technically leave because he's still with the black. He still took the black.
Right, but unless he's the last of the
No.
his house.
Yeah, but no. But the only reason John is, I actually looked at it because he technically died. That's why he was like, "Fuck it, I'm out of here. I died already. Remember, my oath is till death.
till death.
I died already. Peace out. I'm out of here." So
I thought that Sam could.
he could. So he could petition to do it, but he don't want to be unless they can. They
His
can.
son could.
That's
Oh,
his son.
yeah.
Yeah, they believe that's his
they
son.
let
If they believe that's his son, though, he
Yeah.
could
Not
just.
his son.
But he could lie and say it is.
He already
could
did lie and say it
No, I'm
was.
saying
Or give it to my boy though, and let Brienne take it. Him
if
and
he gonna
Brienne.
lie, just say I'm the last of my kind. I mean, also I thought getting out the black was if you're the last of your last.
You can't.
heir.
You could petition for it. Yeah. You could
Yeah, so I'm saying
petition
he has a very legitimate.
But he might not
position.
want to do it though. He be like,
He's
yeah.
got stuff
Why
to
would he
do.
want?
Yeah.
Think about what he gave up. He's not part of the Citadel. He's not a part of the Night's Watch. I'm saying, like, what the fuck else would he do?
Yeah, he's going to find John.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, what? I mean, he has nothing else to do. It'd be one thing if he still become a maester, but he gave up being a maester.
Yeah.
So he gave up being a maester. He's not part of the Night's Watch.
Yeah, he technically still is. Though he's going back to the wall. They don't know he left.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's going back.
I never thought he was going back to the wall.
Yeah, I think he's going to wall. Oh, are you saying he's going to Winterfell to try to talk to John?
Yeah,
I think
that's
he's
what
going to Winterfell.
I think he's going to Winterfell, thinking that's what
Okay.
John is.
Okay. It's
Why would you
like,
go back to the
Going
wall?
back to the wall. Gilly gonna get captured by her daddy.
Yeah, because he doesn't know his father's dead. Like, why would he go back to the wall?
oh yeah, I mean, yeah, he don't know his dad's dead. You're right. So when we got the Magnificent Seven, everybody hates everybody in this whole crew.
Yep.
Wasn't it more Brotherhood of Banners men?
There were. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, they down to 3. Like,
Yeah.
what happened
Maybe
to
they
this?
decided they didn't want to go to the wall.
Oh, the other cats is like, there's 3 brothers with banners.
I mean, I'm saying this.
3 brothers with banners.
I'm saying
We
this.
brothers is out of here.
If I'm riding with a cat that can bring you back from the dead, I'm staying with that dude.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
that's my. I'm saying I've held friendships way longer than people that can bring me back from the dead. I'm saying like really, none of you guys
With
can
more
bring me back from the
useless
dead.
people.
Yeah,
Like I come here every Tuesday, and none of you can bring me back from the dead.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I ride with the cat that brings you back. You know, just in case it's a car accident. You know, who
Yeah.
knows?
I mean, why did Jorah even go? Like, Jorah's like the odd man out, I feel like.
Because he's trying to impress Danny.
That thirst is real. Like,
Yeah.
thirst
He's
is
like,
real.
whatever you say, boo.
I get
got
Gendry,
you.
though, because he just want to kind of get in the mix. And I think he wants to prove his Baratheon blood, though, too.
Also, he can get murdered in King's Landing. I'm saying, like,
Yeah, oh,
it's
that's true, though.
safer-
He like-
it's safer.
It's safer to go in the
He's like, you know, I'm all up on the
no
low.
one's specifically looking to murder him out behind
He
the
was-
wall.
He had his backpack, like just waiting for the day. Okay, I'm ready.
He was
Right.
waiting for somebody to
Yeah.
come pick him
I
up.
don't
Has to go.
know. I don't know.
He
We
need
good.
to go
Let's ride.
home.
This is
Let's
like, I
ride.
already got everything. Let me get my hammer.
My sister
He
already
had a
packed. I'm
duffel
gonna grab
bag.
his hammer. We can ride. Like, you know,
He had his
like,
duffel bag.
you realize
He was ready.
since you left me, everybody was trying to kill me as soon as they found out who the fuck I was. Like,
That's true.
He should have a beard and some hair.
Yeah.
He probably think if he got a beard, he would look like his dad, maybe, and people would like, oh, you.
it's true.
Like, if you keep stay clean shaven, is like, yeah.
Also,
have to
also
gain 200
Westeros is
pounds,
really
too.
Yeah, he just got to get a whole
Westeros
bunch
is
of
really
pounds.
light skinned, so that opioid addiction is probably.
So So who do y'all think dies on this group of 7? This Magnificent Seven?
Wow.
Because I think
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be just like the movie almost. Only like 3 or 4 of them surviving.
Everybody died in Magnificent Seven.
In the original?
No,
No, come on. Denzel don't sign no contract.
Not
Not in the new one. I think.
Hold on, we can't call it the Denzel one the original one. That's not.
No, the original one.
No,
Everybody dies in the original though
I
too.
thought
That's not
everybody
true.
died.
Everybody dies in the original, but not in the Denzel one.
Yul Brynner didn't die in the original.
He's the only one that lived, right?
Yeah, but he didn't die.
Oh, you thinking? You know what? You thinking the Wild Bunch?
No, I'm thinking of Magnificent Seven. I thought everybody died.
No, not the original one. Yul Brynner didn't die in the original.
Oh, I'm talking about the
Charles
remake.
Bronson died in the original one. James Coburn died in the original one.
I'm talking about the remake, though.
Oh,
The remake is
that's not the original.
Yeah,
one.
come on.
I did not say the
But
original. I just said the remake.
in the remake, Denzel made it in the remake, didn't he?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think Chris.
Chris Pine and him, I thought
yeah.
was like.
No,
he
Chris Pine died.
Chris
He
Pine
died
died?
in the field. Yes.
Okay,
I know that.
I think Denzel ain't died since Training Day, so and he ain't signed no contracts of death in no movies. He ain't like, look here,
Oh my god.
they're going to change that script. I'm going to at least be in a wheelchair or something. So who y'all predict out of that? I mean, everybody can't make it, right?
Yeah, because even in the
Trailer. it
yeah,
looked
the
like-
trailers. I think for next week it didn't look like
I think
they
it'll
were
be
all back.
one of the brothers.
Yeah, I think the man bun might finally go.
Man bun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope the redhead doesn't die. I
Tomorrow,
love him.
tomorrow,
He needs to hook up
to-
with Brienne.
I need him to get his big woman.
And he runs the Wildlings too, man. So you got to have somebody that
Right.
can kind of keep them, together and everything too.
I don't know if I see Ser Jorah dying or not. Okay, we know Jon's not gonna die.
Yeah.
Gendry's not gonna die.
Do you think they're gonna end up killing Davos? Because he said, "I don't fight," and I can see him trying to fight and then
He
die.
need to stay in the cabin.
Wherever
on
they-
the
where
other
they
side
can't-
of the wall. Like,
No, he's in the 7.
No, I know. Just saying.
Yeah.
He needs to stay back. Yeah, I mean, Davos could go. Ser Jorah could go.
This 2 of the Band of Brothers, I think, is the only ones that I think.
What if
Well, I'm saying,
one of the
I don't think.
brothers?
Okay.
What if one of the brothers turns into a witch?
That's
and
what.
they
That's what.
take
That's
him
what.
back?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about that too. But that'd be weak sauce. That'd be weak writing.
I think
Yeah.
I think the hounds. I think the hound's gonna live.
Yeah.
I think John's gonna live. I think the
Gendry.
Gendry's gonna live.
Everybody else up for dibs. Everybody else up for grabs.
I think what happened is that the guy who brings back Davos for the Lord of Light will get murdered, and no one else can bring him back, and so then Davos dies.
Oh, because you think they will try to bring Davos back?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, because since they're connected.
Right.
Okay. Interesting.
So I feel like that can happen.
I think whoever dies is who they'll bring back to Cersei. Because that's the easiest way to capture one is while
Yeah.
they're not moving before they turn into the witch.
That's
a
true.
good idea.
Yeah, but he has to raise them though first, don't he?
No,
The Night King has to
The
raise
Night
him.
King?
No.
No, remember they were just turning.
No. He raised them. Remember?
Oh, well,
remember at
maybe
Hardhome, he put his hands up and then everybody stood
Yeah.
up. So he's got to raise them
But
back
not
up.
that one at the wall, though. They brought back that person that died to the wall.
Yeah, and they cut
then
the
he
arm
turned
off.
into it.
Oh, right. Or maybe he just had a fast motion on him, like, look, go up, get up now.
So they
I
have
don't like
some
the rules of the
downtime.
White Walkers. I like zombies more. Like I feel like if when Shafar start beating and become a zombie, I can believe in that. I don't like someone having to bring you to a White Walker.
I mean,
More like zombie.
so are they trying to get a white? Or are they trying to get a White Walker though?
I think they're trying to get a white.
Well,
I don't think they
I think
care.
they're trying to get a White Walker.
They ain't gonna have.
Because they touched you and you died. I mean,
Yeah, talking about the White Walkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I think they're just trying to get a white. They're just
Well,
trying
that's
to
the
get an
case. Then fucking
undead.
John's a white.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying if they're trying to get a white, they would have to.
But
I said
Cersei-
what? They would try.
The other dude, Thoros is a freaking white too. Though. He's been brought back 7 times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I guess she doesn't know that.
Right, but I'm saying there'd be no reason for them. Why would John
Also, they're
leave to go
non-threatening.
get somebody that's just like him? He could just show him himself.
No, I mean like one of those zombified ones.
Yeah, they want to see the ones from Hardhome.
Yeah.
That's got bones and stuff coming off of them and everything.
Right, but I'm saying that. But I feel like they're gonna get a White
'Cause-
Walker. I feel like those cats ain't rolling around with the Night King.
What do you mean, the whites?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, whites are. That's the army that's all around them. The White Walkers are only like a few of them. That's like basically the generals, the cats walking on horses. It's only maybe like 15 White Walkers. The rest of them are just the zombies that they brought back to life.
That are whites.
That are whites.
Okay.
So I thought John was a white.
He is a white. because he's brought back to life. But nobody has really even. That's why John is still kind of skeptical, even telling people, because it's like
Danny is not going to let that go either.
But she's brought back. But she's a white too.
How?
She burned it and came back to life.
But she was
she was reborn. Remember, she was reborn.
Who brought her?
She did die. She was reborn.
Not in the series. In the series, she was not reborn.
Yeah, but she's reborn in the books.
Died. Right,
she reborn.
She never died
because she went through the fire and was reborn.
Right, she was fireproof.
Okay.
In the series, she went into fire. Her clothes burned. She didn't.
Mm-hmm.
She's fireproof, so it didn't hurt her or harm her.
Yeah.
So she didn't die.
So she never died.
Yeah, she never died.
Yeah, but she in the book she's reborn though.
Well, maybe that's why she's so interested in John.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
heart. She's not letting that go.
So what is the difference then between John and these other people that have been brought back to life in the Whites? Like, how do you get to keep your personality?
Well, they said that you lose your personality every time you brought back.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
that's
John
not
hasn't.
true.
Well, I mean, he's only been brought back once. Like Homeboy that's been brought 7-8 times. He's definitely not who
But
he
he's
is.
not out there with the
But
Whites
not in the
and
series,
White
though. In the
Walkers.
books, that's true. Not in the series, though.
I mean, he's still pretty cool.
Yeah, in the series, he's cracking fucking jokes and shit
yeah.
with the Hound. Like, I mean, he's still the same dude.
Yeah, he's not supposed to be the same type of dude. Every time you come back, you're supposed to be like less and less of yourself.
Yeah, but so that's what I'm asking. Like, what's the difference between the people that are like pretty much zombies?
Well,
and
because
the ones that-
because those are from White Walkers, and then the other ones are raised from the King of the Light.
See,
Lord of the Light. Okay.
Lord of the Light.
Got it.
in my understanding of the series, that there's no difference between the Whites and the White Walkers, on the show, and so on the show, everything that's been brought back from the dead that's a zombie, for lack of a better term, is a White Walker, and so there's a
The White Walker
100,000.
army. Got it.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
army of White
but the White Walkers in general are the ones that remember they were giving their sons up, those sons up at the beginning, and they turned them into White Walkers.
I don't think that the show has made that distinction yet. I don't think the show has made us that distinction. So I feel like, from John's perspective at this moment,
anybody I grab,
he's a person who still has his personality and his soul, who got brought back from the dead for magic, and he's going to capture a White Walker, which is anything that is clearly dead.
Anything
that's
walking
been
his
brought
way.
back. Yeah. So
My thing is like,
I feel like his uncle is not a White Walker. I feel like his uncle's not a white. I think his uncle is just
half and half.
Yeah, half and
Yeah.
half.
But did he burn Ygritte? I was wondering if he could encounter her out there.
No, she's burned.
She's burned. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But some of those giants, obviously you see them
Yeah.
giants are out there, though, which is I was like, man.
Well, that's not his giant from Winterfell though. It might be the other one.
It's the other one from Hardhome, though.
Okay.
You talking about one is the one that
Yeah.
was in the Battle of the Bastards,
Right.
Which is, man, I know they wish they had him around in these parts though. Like,
Mm-hmm.
dang, man, like you could have kept him at home for real if they'd let the Vale know they're gonna come. Like, man, we gonna keep one at home.
Yeah.
So we don't want. We
Right.
need this tank for later on. We ain't
That's
gonna
why
bring no tank.
Sansa should have told him that Littlefinger had the Knights of the Vale, whoever they
Yeah,
are.
Sansa might have to die, man.
Yeah.
She might have to die on the low.
Somebody has to die this season.
Yeah.
Somebody
Well,
important.
lots of people have died this season. I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I didn't-
I don't think
Oh, so hold on.
Little's
Let's go
dead.
back. We need to go back to the Tarleys.
Tarleys. Yeah, I
getting
actually did
killed.
not see that coming.
I saw maybe the dad being killed,
Yeah.
not the son.
I thought he had been killed last week.
Yeah, I thought the dad was killed. And I thought he was gonna bend the knee and be like, "I'm down."
Dickon.
Yeah, Dickon.
Yeah.
And basically his dad got his son killed because it was like, man, I got to ride with pops. Like, he was loyal.
No, he didn't. His dad tried to say, oh, he's just a stupid boy. And then he was like, no, that's my daddy.
That's my daddy.
I'm right with my daddy.
So I mean, but some people are saying that like, why did she kill him? She had to kill him.
I mean, she did. I mean, what
Yeah.
else was she going to do? She gave them a choice.
She had to
Yeah.
make a point.
My thing is, she had to kill him because you took out one of my allies. You took out and he was dirt diggler too because those are people you were allied to. You rolled up under the Tyrell banner.
Yeah, no, she absolutely had to kill him.
Yeah.
What did make sense was, why would you sign up to get burned by a fucking dragon to death after you know that was after your father? Like, I'm saying, like, I get loving your father, but I'm saying you didn't support him at all by just getting burned to death with him.
Right.
Also, like, you sat there the episode before saying how difficult it was for you to kill people
That
who
you
you
were-
trained with all this time. Like, it was such a diversion from the character
Yeah.
that they led us to believe he was.
Maybe he had something else to do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, hopefully he had a job like the next. Maybe It 2 was coming out like
It
next
2?
year.
Oh, I can't wait
He
to see
started
it.
that.
but
I
yeah.
can't wait to see it though too. Yeah. So who you got any predictions, Tiffany, on for next week? Any deaths?
Just that I think that one of the 7 will die, and they'll use him to take back. That's what I think.
That'd be interesting if they did that. Because they're like, man, we can't even grab nobody.
That's
It's
why they should
2000.
have taken Theon.
You should have used.
Look, you
Take a
Unix-
Theon and be like, hey
Unix-
man, just keep walking.
Unix
And
need
then
that
like,
too.
we gonna stay back here, and as soon as they come, run back towards it, and then trip.
When that time, we'll bring you back to life.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know
Trust
what
me.
kind of life.
Yeah, we trip. Trust me, we will. We did it with John. We can do it with you.
Right.
Ain't that right,
You'll
Davos?
come back.
Yeah,
I promise
yeah.
you'll come
Yeah.
back to life.
Like, this is why you can redeem yourself for the 10th time.
Yeah. Davos, trust me. Right, Davos? Yeah, I don't kill nobody. Right, he brings people back to real life. And you got the other dude that bring people back. So you got 2 people, well, one person that does bring people back to life. So I wonder if the Hound's gonna come back to life, and Sir Thoros is gonna give his life up for him.
Yeah, I see the Hound gaining some sort of power.
You gotta have Clegane Bowl. You gotta have the Clegane Bowl. You gotta have them fight each other at some point.
Yeah. So if that happens, what do you see happening if the Hound goes back to Winterfell with Jon and encounters Arya?
I think she didn't let that roll, man.
Because I think she was developing an affection for him.
Yeah, she gets. Well, I mean, first I guess it'd be Brienne. Everybody would be kind of like, what we gonna do is, are we gonna fight or what? And then Brienne was like, no, we all good. And she'd be like,
John's gonna have to tell them we good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's clear that her list is not going to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like her list is way more ambitious than what she can.
Oh, her
do.
list is, if you look at the original list, it's like everybody. It's like the whole Wu-Tang Clan is on there. Like, you're like, dang, like you got random other people, the shopkeeper from this place that played y'all, and like, dang. Arya, you're real petty, Arya. You're real
her list
petty.
is based on road rage. It's like that motherfucker, that Buick that cut me off last Tuesday.
I'm kidding.
I know, I got a list myself.
You got a list too, Ray?
Yep.
Really? You got an Arya list?
We're going to say it off air.
You
But
got a
take
list
you
too,
legally.
Yes, I do.
So really, y'all have a list? Like, what happens to these people on this list?
Their lives get ruined one way or the other.
So y'all not killing these people, right? So we ain't aiding and abetting and shit like by talking to y'all about this list, and then I'm gonna get called in and be like, man, honestly, I thought she was playing. It was just on the podcast. Here go the tape.
I just want everything that every man that's honest with themselves want.
What is that?
Everything.
Everything.
All of that. I want all the stuff in my I want to have everything. I want no one else to have anything. That's me.
So who are your predictions for death next week?
Everybody come back, but the Brotherhood.
I
don't count the Hound. Hound is like a guest with them. So
I have a no death prediction.
you think nobody's gonna die?
I don't think anyone's gonna. No one of consequence is gonna die.
So you say the Brotherhood? You think the Brotherhood? Is...
Not next week. I think they gave us an incredible battle with the Lannisters last week. This week they gave us 2 deaths we didn't expect. I think the 2 episodes left in the penultimate episode, they're gonna throw us a curveball
and not
kill anybody of importance.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm so sure that Daenerys is going to make it to the end anymore.
Oh, wow.
Well, they did say it could be a prince or a princess,
right?
Who was promised.
They did.
Yeah.
So you think it's possibly Daenerys could die?
I think she could.
In season 7?
Not in season 7, but I don't think she's going to make it to the end like I thought before. Yeah. What about you, Daryl? What are your predictions?
I said only 4 gonna make it back. I think I'm serious for my man Davos, man. He's the only real G out of all of them, man.
I thought Davos couldn't go though.
Yeah, he's part of the 7.
I thought he said he was useless in a sword fight.
He is.
Well,
but
he's going anyway.
He was like, man, I got a dude that 2 dudes that came back to life. One dude just came out of grayscale. One has been burned severely. Most of his life. One is a dude that got a little warhammer. That's fighting. I think I might be alright.
Not that many people are much better than he is.
Yeah, so I can run at least, and these other guys gonna want to fight. I can make it back to the wall at least.
I hope so.
Davos should play that 1990s like riot type of play. Like if a couple people start running, he start running just off GT.
He start running. He
He
start running. You don't even know.
He got loud the other way. He just start running just preemptive running. That's what we should play it off of.
Okay, what do we think the Unsullied are doing? Starving to death at Castle Rock?
No.
No, they still have a decent amount of food though. There for
What are they doing though? Sitting there.
They supposed to be
chilling,
on their way back, like trying to make their way
I know
walk
what
their
they're
way
not
back.
doing is masturbating. What they're not doing is masturbating.
Oh no.
Because Grey Worm would have been useful in this,
Yeah.
Right.
like going on this quest, or one of them, somebody like that.
She should have sent a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them. What about one of them Dothraki? Yeah.
Right. Well, she probably feels like she
needs
needs.
to the cold.
Yeah, because they don't want no parts of that. You're right about that.
They're brown. No,
They be like, mother.
They don't want those problems.
Dany also thinks she needs as many people there to protect her in case Cersei decides to attack too. So she didn't want to support that mission.
Yeah, she kind of threw. Really, it's Jon that recruited everybody.
I mean, who did he take a consequence from?
Jorah.
Dany anyway.
Jorah.
Jorah and Davos maybe,
Well,
but that was
Jorah-
his.
Davos is
Davos is Jon.
Jon's
So,
And
yeah,
Jorah,
so
wasn't,
he's
Jorah,
right.
Jorah hadn't been there. He spent like one day.
Yeah.
Okay, we got enough to get a hand job from Danny.
It's like your boy getting out of jail though, and he was like, "Man, I'm finna move to Connecticut." Oh,
Right,
well, damn,
yeah.
I only got to kick with you one day. Oh, I guess you got to move to Connecticut then, because it's cold, All right, we'll be back next week. Thank y'all for listening as always. Peace.
Peace.